Greetings, divine mirrors. Sacred, awakening, remembering, gods and goddesses, one and all. Thank you for showing up. Welcome to Voices of the Global Awakening, Tuesdays with Tess from 5 to 7 p.m. This is a weekly community enrichment program, talk, music, variety, guests, interactive with you. And this is our 17th week in a row. I actually made a mistake on the flyer and I didn't realize it until today, and I called it 16, but it's actually 17. So I'm very, very grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for you being here. Welcome. And I'm finding that this 2-hour window is really a haven for me, and I hope for you as well. It is an uplifting spiritual talk show, and it's reality. So we are going to be dealing with whatever there is to be dealing with in the rise and fall of our emotions throughout the intensity of this chaotic journey that we are on. And so I strive to be a voice of light and optimism, and offer perspectives that may assist in shifting out of dark places. And I'm still in a human experience in my day-to-day, and sometimes I fall and could use some support myself. So today has been one such a day, and it's interesting because the topic that I chose for today is unlearning, and it really is related to questioning all of our programming and deciding to create our own reality, to choose the reality that we wish to be living in. And that is not always as easy done as said. And so my personal experience right now is that I have gotten over-identified with my role and my character, and I personally have people that are very near and dear to me in Israel on the front lines, both my great nephew and a dear friend of mine who has a pregnant wife at home and with 2 small children. And the things that he is sharing about, and I'm not going to look for them. It's just that, you know, the contrast between the lantern that I am holding up about our divinity and this being a play, and that love drives up everything unlike itself for healing. I mean, the things that he is seeing right now with his own eyes, that he is describing on my thread, are really painful. And it's like, you know, so I'm in a kind of like an existential inquiry right now as to the purpose of my incarnation, because to come into this world as the daughter of 2 Holocaust survivors and to be exposed to such heinous acts on behalf of humanity, and really dedicate my whole life to seeing peace in my mother's lifetime, having her pass away 3 years ago, and the state of the world right now is not only not peace, but it is about as far from that as we could imagine. And the acts of terrorism are so barbaric and so diabolical that it's really causing me to question, you know, really what is going on, and like how much of a sentry those of us that identify as light workers have to be, because it's like transmuting, and it just seems never ending and relentless. And so I've been having a hard day today, so maybe you all are gonna cheer me up. We're very interactive here, and if anybody wishes to come on camera with me, I absolutely welcome you, especially if you're new, and share your point of view, because we all have a piece of the puzzle, and we're figuring this thing out together. It's interesting, I saw as I was scrolling through my newsreel today, I came across a meme that I had posted a few days ago, and it said, if you can see through the illusion, then you are part of the solution. And that may be so, and in the meantime, it's a pretty challenging ride, because it's kind of like, okay, I've been holding up this lantern, I've been holding it up, and I've been holding it up, and I've been transmuting all this darkness, and in the meantime, it's like my heart is hurting so much, and it all feels so toxic. So it's an interesting dichotomy, because it's like today I was having a meltdown, and it was really weird, because I could absolutely simultaneously say that I am in total gratitude for what I recognize is a blessing, a miracle, and a privilege to get to exist, and to be so freaking sick of what's going on, to be so sick of this crazy world, and that consequently kind of makes me sick of my own role, like, so it's very challenging, and it's very painful, and it sort of brings in these questions of, what is the point and what is the purpose of anything. And so this topic of unlearning is very real for me right now, and it brings up the question of, like, okay, if part of our journey is self-love, and we are here to heal the wounds inside of us, and that everything that we see outside of us is a projection of our own unhealed stuff, then is it possible that in order to heal, we actually need to fully disengage from one another, like really get off of social media? And it's kind of a double-edged sword, because on the one hand, it's a lifeline, and I already feel, predominantly lonely and isolated with my primary source of connection with people being through this device. And at the same time, it's like, if I disconnect, then how am I serving, and how am I offering comfort, and how am I offering insight? So I'm throwing it out there to you guys today, because in my own being and in my own psyche, I sort of feel like I am at a breaking point. And I'm really unclear about, here I am, my program is called Voices of the Global Awakening, and I have a huge commitment to upliftment, and I want to be real, I want to be authentic, I want to be transparent. I don't want to be posturing and putting on a show for you, pretending that all is well when that's not the case, because that's not how we're going to find common ground and be in our humanity and relate to one another. So I welcome you, and I thank you for being here, and I'm so grateful that you're here, because you are basically my lifeline right now, as much as I'm hoping to be a lifeline for you. You are being my lifeline as well, and we'll figure this out together, okay? So what are the little comments we have here so far? I thought it was an uplifting spiritual talk show. Reality, what a concept. Christine is here. Stu, go for it. Cosmic comedy. Lovely new haircut. Thank you so much. The Tessinator. So freaking sick, this world. John Felix is here. Welcome. And Leon Spitz. Welcome. Welcome to Voices of the Global Awakening. So I think I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing a song, one of my originals called Out of the Matrix. And then we'll see where that leads us. And maybe one of you will be ready to come on. If you feel like coming on, there's a little icon in the bottom left. It's like a little person with a little box, a little person inside the box. And if you click on that, or before that, if you want to type in the chat that you'd like to come on, then you can try indicating to me, or I can go searching for you and see if we can find each other. It doesn't always work, but more often than not it does. So we'll try that. But here's my song. I'm gonna say some radical things to you, dears. Things I think it's time that you hear. Powers that be may object in the guise of serve and protect. They may see me as some kind of threat to their reign of control. Maybe I won't last too long, but at least I'll have left you this song. And the message contained in these words will awaken your soul, make you whole. Out of the matrix, into the mind. Counter the clockwork, seek to unwind. Find your true meaning, know your true name. Drop into human, master the game. See the illusion, laugh at the joke. Clear the confusion, time you awoke. Shape your own reality by choosing what you think. Deliberate, methodical, accept your cosmic link. Slip into the center of the core. Feel your own connection, claim your power, start to soar. You are the one, the savior, the choice, creator, director, the viewer, the voice. Merge with the silence. Conquer your fear. Grasp what I'm saying. There's only one of us here. Picture your freedom. Challenge your fate. Take back your future. You know it's never too late. Life is a dream, friend, nightmare or day. You are the weaver. Weave it your way. Shape your own reality by choosing what you think. Deliberate, methodical, accept your cosmic link. Slip into the center of the core. Feel your own connection, claim your power, start to soar. You are the one, the savior, the choice, creator, director, the viewer, the You are the one. I am the one. We are the one we've been waiting for. So what are we going to do? How are we going to transmute and transcend these things that we continue to see on the world stage? That is the question of the moment, because it's like burying my head in the sand doesn't feel like an option when I have friends. And it's really interesting because we're all connected, you know, we're one human family. In fact, we're family with every sentient being that exists on this planet. And yet if we don't know them personally, we tend to be able to process it more easily somehow. But when it hits really close to home, and people that we know personally and we care about personally are directly impacted, it is really close for comfort. So yeah, holding the both is the one hand, total gratitude for the miracle and the blessing of getting to exist, what a privilege it is, and at the same time feeling literally sick from the level of inhumanity that I'm aware of. And I haven't even seen it with my own eyes, yet people I love have seen it. And I know what it has been like to be the daughter of Holocaust survivors and carry the epigenetic PTSD of experiences that my parents had before I was even born. And so now we're living in a world between the pandemic and the political climate of like this entire planet has PTSD. So how do we who identify ourselves as the light workers infuse ourselves with the energy, the life force energy that we need in order to stay up and positive and be a source of hope and comfort and optimism for others? And a lot of it has to do with unlearning. It has to do with really examining our programming about who we think we are and take our power back. And so anybody want to come on and talk with me? I would love to get into this deeper, and it's easier in dialogue when it's just me having words coming out of my mouth. So I'm going to drop into the silence with you guys for a moment. Take a deep breath and exhale. Model of behavior, it starts with our own inner work. You want to come on and talk to me? Let's see if I can pull you up. Okay. I'll try. Okay. You try it from your side, Christine. Do you see a little icon at the bottom? Okay. You try it from your side. You click on that, and that lets me know that you want to come on. I tried looking for you, and you're not showing up. So, first of all, are you on a phone? Because you got to be on a phone to do this. It doesn't work from a laptop or desktop for some strange reason. You can't figure out how. No, you don't see it. You might have to. Are you on? I just learned that there's something called Facebook Lite, because I have another friend who was trying to get on last week and she couldn't. If you're on regular Facebook, oh, okay, I'll get on my phone. Okay, so you're not on your phone, so that's what it is. Okay, so I should make that as a disclaimer. Oh, there you are. Yay. I should definitely announce that or put it in the description, because it's an important thing to know that this technology is for the phones, and that is why I am broadcasting from my phone. Here she
Hi.
comes. Yay!
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. I'm at work, but my
There you
client is
are.
sleeping, so it's okay.
You made it. So good to see you.
You
How
too.
are you?
Good. I mean, yeah,
Good.
pretty good.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good. So how are you riding these waves? How's it going for you?
Um, Exercise really, really, really helps. And just I don't know. I haven't been on social media that much. I can't do it. I know what's going on. Like I check in every once in a while, but I've kind of been on a social media detox. And
Good
I
for
know
you.
what you were saying about feeling badly about, trying to be present and aware and show your support and your love and all of that. But I just feel like social media, it feeds the negative stuff too much.
Mhm.
And
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm contributing to the problem by constantly being like on my phone and checking and like, oh my God, what's happening? Oh God, the world, it's such a crazy place. I mean, it is for sure, but oof, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the challenge that I feel about it is my own isolation. You know, it's like if I'm not connected, then I'm being a hermit, and then I'm just like in my own energy. I'm in my own bubble. I'm in my own reality, and it's good there. It's good there, but it's also
Mhm.
lonely. You, you know, and so it's like, how do you bridge that gap between being part of the world and also being in self-preservation,
Mm. I
Frozen.
think you have to be really, really intentional about who you let spend your time with. These last couple years, I've realized like my circle's become much smaller. And, some of my circle's in San Diego, so I don't get to see them
Hmm.
anyways.
Hmm.
But when I moved back here, um, there's people that wanted to hang out with me because they hadn't seen me in a long time. And then, I went a couple times and I was like, oh, wow, no, this isn't for me anymore. And that was kind of hard
Mm.
being like, but I just gracefully exited some friendships or going, I guess, I don't know, acquaintances because I hadn't seen them in a while. And I think
Hmm. Hmm.
it's just, it's it's hard to hang out with people that you're not in alignment with anymore. It's also hard to be on social media seeing all these things that you're not in alignment with constantly and getting kind of derailed by them. But yeah, I can see how it kind of gets lonely. I think I'm just too busy right now to be lonely because I like distract myself with work.
Hmm.
And I'm
Hmm.
constantly around people at work, even though they're not necessarily the people that I would maybe spend my time with if I weren't working. I don't have a choice
Hmm.
really who I spend my time with, but I have some really great clients that I like to actually be around, so that's a positive
Oh, that's
thing.
good. That's good.
But the lonely part, I don't know. I mean, do you have people around you that are, that are aligned, that you resonate with, that like, bring you joy and light you up?
Yes, yes and no. I mean, it's like, I've done a lot of workshops and I've gone to a lot of retreats in
Mhm.
different locations. And so you
Mhm.
go through these kind of transformational experiences with people. And so there's this like new kind of bonding that happens. And then
Mhm.
everybody goes their separate ways
Yeah.
and dissipates. And so then the only way to stay connected to those people is through social media. Plus, as a kind of public figure of sorts, whether it is doing this live stream or promoting it or wanting to work one-on-one with people,
Mhm.
to support them. A lot of it is happening online,
Yeah.
and so it's just a really surreal sort of a time as we're finding our way and shedding skins, letting go of a lot of ideas about who we thought we were and what we thought life was supposed to be. and
Yeah.
finding out that it's not that at all. And so there's a lot of internal inquiry that's taking place also. It's not just, oh, I want to be connected, but there's a lot of, especially, somebody like myself who has been an overgiver. It's like necessary for me to spend a lot of time in my own energy in order to find my center. You know, it's just
Yeah.
very different
Same.
than living the life of taking care of my mom and having four caregivers living in the house, or before that, living in a community with anywhere from 5 to 13 people living there all the
Yeah.
time. And yeah, so it's just a very, very different time right now. And
Mhm.
you know, I mean, I have some friends who are really on the cutting edge of, new technologies that are supposedly coming in from off planet, and all this kind of stuff. And they're so excited. And it's like, just hang in there, just hang in there. And it's like, okay, but you know what? I've been hanging in here for a long time. I'm like a Buckingham Palace guard who's been standing, at attention. And I'm like tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So,
What do you,
yeah.
what do you mean about new technologies coming from off like another planet? Is that what you said? I think we're,
Yeah, 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 it's what I said. It was like last week I saw this meme, and it said, not believing that there are other um, you know civilizations like ours is like taking a spoon and going to the ocean and saying, no, there's no dolphins or whales here. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
the
Yeah.
cosmos are that are supposedly like gonna, like med beds, and they're gonna regenerate us,
Hmm.
and that sort of a thing. And she's like, we're so close, and she's really so excited. She's just like bouncing out of her skin.
Yeah.
It's exciting to believe that the veil will be lifted and we will be in this prophecy's golden age of peace, 1,000 years of peace. But it's like, really, how much more? And then there's people that are saying that this darkness is going to go on for 10 years, So, staying in the light, staying peaceful, staying grateful, staying, you know, connected to ourselves as divine beings, divine sacred beings,
Hmm.
shifts how we move through time and space. I,
Hmm.
I feel.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
It's
yeah,
tough because
it
you
is.
see what's going on in the world and you're like, why are we going backwards? Like, why is everything
So,
so messed up?
it's so backwards. It's so backwards,
Ugh.
and polarizing, really polarizing between people, and different values, different perspectives, and like finding that common divine humanity where we can all just sort of be in our hearts with one another,
Yeah.
and look into each other's eyes, and see the sacredness
Yeah.
there, you know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. A friend of mine and I were talking about how like certain people are choosing to do this kind of work, right? Like to, be the light workers and do the inner work and do all the hard stuff that is really, really painful, but it's also transformational. And there's not enough of us doing that. There's not enough. So
It's
I
hard to
feel like we
know.
we have to keep doing it because maybe it'll catch on like other things catch on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have
we have to
faith.
keep doing it. But it's also like,
Yeah.
the thing about the birds in formation. When the bird that's leading gets tired, it goes to the back, and then another takes the lead. And
Hmm.
and that's the thing, because it's like on the one hand I feel a certain level of burnout inside myself
Mm.
of like,
Yeah.
this like lifetime of like relentlessly trying to bring forth beauty and being met with so much adversity, and at the same time to not do it is like, then what am I doing? What am I doing here? Just wallowing in my pain and my letting depression take over, So it's
Yeah.
weird. It's just like weird to find our way throughout all of that.
Well,
Yeah.
regardless of everything that's going on in the world, which obviously is very painful and to witness, especially for somebody like you, I'm guessing, who's been through all that you've been through and just the circumstances that you were born into. So, do you have anything, regardless of everything that's going on around you, do you have anything that just brings you peace, like enjoy?
Well, I mean, nature does that.
Okay,
My doggy does that,
me too.
and I can sit in silence.
Hmm.
I can sit in silence for a really long time and be nourished by
Yeah.
it. It's just weird when it's kind of like I said earlier, I don't know if you were on here yet, that it's like it's a dichotomy because I simultaneously, and this is what I was like today, was like, I am so sick of this world, right? I'm
Hmm.
so sick of it. And at the same time, I'm so grateful that I exist,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's like my gratitude is a quiet thing. It's not an ecstatic thing. It's like for me to just sort of pull it all in, and like I believe the only way out is in, the only way out is yin. It's like a going into this quiet internal place can bring me peace and can bring me a type of joy, a type
Yeah.
of joy, um, because I'm connected to the sacredness and the beauty, but I don't necessarily feel happy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So happiness, it's fleeting. It comes in spurts. It's like I can prepare a great meal or go out for a great meal. Uh, Rebecca says it messed up so that even the blind will see the absurdity that was intended for us. Light workers are here for this right now. You must relight your burnout. It's what you came for. It's true. It's very true. It's very true.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's also okay to take breaks. It's okay to go internal and to, be like, okay, I've had it up to here, and I just need to disengage for a while. It's interesting because, like, as I've been doing this is my 17th week, and at the beginning, I was really putting a lot of effort and energy into promoting it. And so it's kind of like, even though it's one day a week, it's taking up my whole week. And in the last 3 weeks since I left to go to a training in Cabo and came back, it was like I was way too busy and I couldn't do it. And it's been challenging for me to get back on that horse. And so I'm just like, I'm making my meme on Sunday, and I'm putting out some notices on Monday, and I'm coming on Tuesday, and that's kind of like the best I can do right now. But I feel like surrendered to law of attraction, and whoever's supposed to be here is going to be here, and I'm not so concerned about numbers or algorithms or any of that stuff. It's like too
Yeah.
left brain, too much in my head, and it's really
Hmm.
more important the energetic connection. So just showing up, me showing up, you showing up, we showing up. Yeah, it's where our sanity and our humanity get to calm down and drop in and be together. You know, even
Mm-hmm.
going as slow as I go here for 2 hours, which is so different than the pace of TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, is because there's a relentless, frenetic bombardment of all this ugly stuff, and it's like I think that the way to separate from it is to downshift
Yeah.
to a slower, calmer field.
Well, you have to. Sometimes you're
I,
just forced to. I'm having trouble.
yeah, yeah. Ooh, I lost you. All right, well, thank you for visiting with me, Christine. It was good to have you here. And okay, so here we are. If you're just tuning in, this is Voices of the Global Awakening. Tuesdays with Tess, our 17th, not 16th, our 17th episode. And if we're still alive and we have the courage, we do have the opportunity to slow down enough to feel our feelings, to pay attention to our thoughts, and to begin to dismantle them, question them. If they don't resonate with us, if they don't make sense to us, if they don't ring true, there's a good chance they're not true. And we've just absorbed them from our families, from our societies, and they are not necessarily serving us. So this is a question that I ask myself many times a day. Is it serving me? Is it serving me to believe this? Is it serving me to believe that? Which thought feels better? And it's a process, because it's like we're walking computers, and there are so many millions, maybe billions of different thoughts that are running around in our subconscious that are dictating our experience in a self-fulfilling way, that it really behooves us to make it a priority in our lives to get a hold of our own psyches and to it's like removing shrapnel, to gently remove the thought forms that are causing us pain and compromising our experience. So I'm here today. If you've been watching for a while, I'm in a very, very different mood than I generally am, and I just was like, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be transparent and just be real. Just be real with you and invite you to be real with me. And if you have any insights or perspectives that you are inspired to share, I welcome you to come on and chat with me. So Bella Grace has joined us. Welcome, Bella Grace. And Geo is here. Awesome. Awesome. So Helene just came. Welcome, Helene. I really want to share presence. I want to break the conditioned habit of us feeling obliged to keep a conversation going when we can be informed by the silence and be healed by the silence. It's really nourishing. And so I'm going to sit here with you in the silence until there is a thought that really wants to be shared, and allow it to come forth, whether that's from me or whether that's from you. And evolution is a team sport. We're in this together. The Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." Have you ever contemplated those words? It takes courage to be still. It takes courage to sit in silence and not do, and not feel obliged to entertain. We are all already one, whole and complete. There's nothing that we need to do here. Everything is a get to. So this is an invitation and an opportunity for all of us to really drop in and sit with how blessed and privileged we actually are to get to exist. And to know that whatever that divine intelligence is that breathed life into us and caused us to be is the, the source of our existence, is the source of our sustenance, is providing for us unconditionally. And our work is to accept it. So whatever we've been told about earning our right to be here and proving ourselves and making our contribution and leaving our mark, all of these things are programs from a wounded ego. In these days of so much pain and suffering and political unrest, and as I drop in with myself to really inquire into what the purpose is of my existence, why am I here? Why was I born into such grief-stricken circumstances and moved through so much PTSD in this lifetime only to have, at this point, there be so much more? And the only thing that I can um, come to that does not feel egoic is to be the peace. And being the peace may not be as glamorous or sexy a role that I was envisioning for myself. But it does feel the most healing and the most sane and the most organically aligned, because it's not a doing, it's a being. It's a state of being. And out of this state, whatever joy arises, whatever inspiration, whatever impulses are appropriate. And otherwise, if it's me trying to force things into existence and make things happen, I feel like I am barking up the wrong tree. I'm not on my path and I'm not serving. And I'm saying this to you because you are my mirrors. And even if your stories and your circumstances may be different than mine, from an archetypal place, I believe we're all going through similar things. The only way that we're going to connect to and find our sanity is through slowing down and calming down and feeling into ourselves and being really clear-minded and clear-thinking. So if you joined late and you're here for the first time, I welcome you. And if you have any desire to come on and speak with me, I welcome you. And my intention here is to change the frequency and shift consciousness and function at the pace of grace, not the pace of illusory time, which keeps us frenetic and off balance as we're trying to make our deadlines and make our mark before it's too late. I used to have a friend who would say, you change and the world changes around you. So this is an invitation to change. This is an invitation to change, to be the change we wish to see in the world. And we can't do it when we're functioning at the pace and the frequency of the dominant culture. I mean, Albert Einstein said that you cannot solve a problem at the level it was created. You have to approach it from a higher perspective. And as long as we're on this earth plane and we're not going to be like floating like angels, a higher for me actually means more grounded, more connected to the earth. And little things that I do to cultivate that are to feel my feet on the ground and feel my butt in the seat. There's a certain portion of my awareness that always knows that the mother, the mater, the material, the physical plane is holding me, is supporting me at all times. Even if it's a mudra, two fingers together, you feel physical connecting to physical, and it's grounding. A certain portion of awareness is on the infinite supply of prana, life force energy flowing into our body. So at every given moment, we are 100% supported by the feminine aspect and the masculine aspect, Mother, Father, God, however we want to describe it. But these ideas, these thoughts are grounding and comforting and calming and helps me feel more sane in what occurs as a very insane world. So I hold this space for us, this point, for 2 hours a week, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesdays. Sometimes I feel like perhaps I need to do it more for myself. And as I hold this portal open, the more of you that are attracted into it, the stronger this field will become. I see my sister Fanny Starchild here offering to come on and play and sing, and I am a yes to that. So let's bring her. Yay. Yay, Fanny, I am so happy.
Wow, what
I'm
wisdom
so happy
today.
to have you back here.
Thank you, loves. What beautiful wisdom you have. Beautiful
Thank
wisdom
you.
and love and light and intelligence, and you have it all. And we are living it up, and we are the change we want to see in the world. And that's so I'm doing my best to stay positive, to stay light. It's been a challenging place to be for all of us in this planet Earth,
Very challenging.
which
Yeah.
all that is around us, and remember to be here to be the light and shine on. And so I've got a song for you.
Yes,
On
thank
my
you.
purple guitar.
Look at that guitar. Is that new? It's so beautiful.
No, it's my kid's guitar I got on Facebook Market a couple years ago. Somebody called me and said, Fanny, there's a purple guitar for you. And it's a little tiny guitar, perfect for my kids' show. So, and it plays so well. The little girl was so magic. She said, I want to buy a new guitar.
Great.
And said, here, I'll buy it from you and I'll play it. It's going to be so nice. I miss just two. Yay! So here I am, a little song for you, my darling. A little song for you. Ayo, le, lo. Everybody. Ayo, le, lo. Ayo, le, lo.
Ayo, yo, lele, lelo.
Ayo, le, la,
Lele.
we are the change we see in the world.
I think when I start singing, I cut you out. Go ahead.
So if you want to sing, you can put your microphone down, or just I'll sing for you and sing. Sing along, sing along.
No, when I do, I cut you out. It's no good.
I know. But just pretend it. Or you can sing, but
Okay.
pause your microphone. That's right. Or just pretend. Let's pretend we're all happy. Pretend it's a good day. Pretend that we're all beautiful children of the world. Let's pretend life is good, life is light. Let's be the change we want in the world. Let's be the light we long to be. Let's be happy to be free. Oh, let's be thankful for what we are and what we long to be free. This song is for you. This song is for you, my lovely. It makes me feel so nice to be with you, because I know what I see in you, I see in me, and I love you. What I see in you, I see in me, and I love to sing my song for you. You and you and you and the children of the world, I wish a beautiful day. All the children of the world, we sing along, we sing along, we sing along, we sing a song for love. Oh, let's pretend that the children everywhere are playing joyfully. Let's see it in our heart, let's see it in our heart. Day to day, let's see it in our world, that all is well, all is pure, all is light. And you are the star, remember you are, remember we are here to shine. Because if we don't, who but you and we are long to be happy. Mademoiselle Tess, I love you so for who you are. Oh, Madame Tess, merci pour la vie. Merci pour your truth. Merci for your beauty and your grace, for your smiling face. For the world is a beautiful place because of you. Jigga 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 dong dong day. Jigga 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 dong dong day. Everybody now, let's play, let's dance around the world. Zigga digga digga. Digga digga digga. A little reggae music for you. For bring peace and love. For bringing peace and love in the world. Peace starts with me. It starts with you. Here we are together. Here we are together. You want to sing with me, Vigari? Here we go. Come on, my Vigari is making dinner while I play a song.
Gary, yay.
Come on, my little Vigari.
Let me see that face.
Come on, Vigari. Come on.
Let me see your face.
Oh, my sweet darling. Oh, my sweet darling.
Yo, Tess.
Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, Vigari.
Come on, sing with me. Are you a lele lom dum de? Ba dum dum de. Test, 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 test,
Yes.
test, 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 God bless the goddess, God bless the goddess, for being there every Tuesday afternoon. It makes my day and makes the world go round. I know. Sweet goddess, sweet goddess. Everybody dance together on this beautiful day. Here we are living in a trailer. There's nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
400 square feet, here we are. Oh my goodness, greatest test. We're having the test of a lifetime to be in the woods somewhere where there's nowhere to go but you and me. Nowhere to go but to make that peace. Nowhere to go but play.
As we approach the cold Canadian winter.
Ooh, yes.
Here we are.
You got heat?
We are at heat.
Yes,
Yeah.
fortunately we do.
And we're still looking for our home. Can you believe this? We're still looking for the land.
Okay, I've got
I'm
to get back to
2.5
the
years in, baby girl. I'm 2.5 years in my home search. I believe it.
Yes, my dear, here we are. For you, my goddess. Kiss and hugs to everyone. Thank you for being present.
Oh, goddess bless you. You made me cry. You made me cry too. So sweet. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Received directly from the goddess. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
We
you.
visualize.
Yay.
We visualize. We realize that what we visualize, what we feel, is that we find our home within our tribe to raise the vibration of this planet. This is it. We are it, and let's show up, my lady.
We are it.
We are.
We are it.
So let's make it up, and let's not go down too far into the darkness, and let's breathe in and just be the light, knowing that we are so bright, so light, Mademoiselle, my goddess.
Thank you, sister. Beautiful gift. Thank you. Okay. Wow. How nice. How nice. I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed and grateful and infused with goodness and inspiration and support. See, this is it. You know, we are the ones we've been waiting for, and no one is an island. We need each other. We need each other, and I want to be here for you to the best of my ability, and I need you to be here for me too. You know, it's just the way it is. That was epic. It was beautiful and rich and sacred, and I just feel very grateful for this container. I really do, and we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. Even if we falter, even if we stumble, we're just going to keep going, because the only way we lose is to quit, right? That's the only way we lose. But if we're stubborn, and see, that's the thing, it's like, I'm stubborn.
Why, you want to make me cry? Is that what you want to do? I'm stubborn insofar as I have some idea in my head about this mystical gift supposed to be delightful and fun and beautiful predominantly. And I'm not quitting until that's my experience. I'm really, really committed to that. And I have this theory that if we want to live, we're going to live, you know? And if we complain and we curse life and we you know are just constantly talking about how to be impeccable about our words and really only say what we mean and rarely give voice to the things that are unwanted, the unwanted outcomes. Gosh, if I had a lap harp, I'd play for you. I wish you did, and I wish you would. So consider the message out into the ethers to deliver to Bella Grace a lap harp so that she can be the muse and play it for us. I would love that, Bella. Love, love, love that. And I'm still available if you feel to come on and chat. So that is here too. So let me take a gander at my song list and see if I have anything to share with you. Right now. Here's one. It's called 21st Century Psalm. Wait, what does Fanny say? Yes, Goddess Tess, you are not stubborn, you are alive and strong, you are light, and you are you, my love. Just be owning your truth. Thank you so much. Indeed, finding my own way. Living in a $1 billion world, looking for some change. Banking on faith to get by. People, they think me strange. Never been a one for compromise, trading my dreams for pay. God laid a promise in my soul, told me to find my way. I'm finding my own way. I'm finding my own way. I'm leaving behind the negative mind, and I'm finding my own way. Shutting all the doubting voices out, turning my back on fear. Tuning into my own true call, ready for what I'll hear. Breaking my ties with social lies, values that lead astray. Giving myself a brand new start, starting a brand new day. I'm finding my own way. I'm finding my own way. I'm leaving behind the negative mind, and I'm finding my own way. I'm rather weary of other people telling me how to live my life. It's rather dreary. Oh, say, can you hear me? Your status quo of strain and strife. I'm finding my own way. I let go what I think I know about anything at all. That's the unlearning part. I release my preconceptions of this or that, or tit for tat, or writing on the wall. Everyone is free to choose whatever path they happen on. Liberation is a felt sensation in the moment of the remembrance of the deliverance of love. I'm finding my own way. Oh Lord, I'm finding my own way. I'm leaving behind the negative mind, and I'm finding my own way. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Bum. That is the thing, my friends. We are each here to find our own way. We were each created as unique expressions of the divine, carefully crafted and perfect in our uniqueness. Not one single one of us needs to be like another. We simply need to be like ourselves. And as we come more and more into alignment with that way of being, we have more of ourselves to share. We have more of ourselves to contribute. We are a conduit through which infinite supply life force can move through us. But when we are compromised, when we are trying to fit in, when we are confused about who we are, we cut off our connection. And so we suffer and we become depleted. And it is not easy because there is a strong pull for us to conform. There is a very strong and compelling pull for us to acquiesce and surrender to the powers that be and their agendas. So this is an invitation and a wake-up call for each and every one of us to celebrate the uniqueness that we are, the divine uniqueness, and to tune in and listen to our own hearts and our own voices and our own psyches and ask ourselves those questions like Byron Katie put out. Is it true? Is what I'm saying, thinking, believing true? Or is it a program? Does it serve me to believe that? Welcome, Priscilla. Nice to see you here. And if it doesn't serve, if it is not uplifting and not bringing joy, then it deserves your examination and your reconsideration and your up-leveling. Like, we are computers, and we need to take out the outdated programs and the flawed programs and replace them with divine programs. And if we can't do it by ourselves, then we need to turn to another whose consciousness we resonate with, whose perspective that we trust, whose perspective is uplifting, and asks for support. Ask for support to be brought out. I mean, I came on here today in a really dark place, and I gave myself permission to be honest with you about it, and y'all are helping me. Can you tell? I have more life force coursing through me now than when we first started. I'm getting my mojo back. I'm getting my test yesness back. Asking. You are asking. Would you like to come on and chat? Bella Grace, would you like to come on and chat with me? You can only do so from a phone. It doesn't work from a laptop or a computer. So asking for support and asking for what we believe that we need versus what it turns out we may, I see you, sister, that we may actually need may not be the same thing. So it's like that song, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need. And I guess that's what it is, right? We get what we need, not what we think we need or not what we think we want. And surrendering to that is challenging and humbling. Humbling because we think we know. We think we know what is the divine plan from our limited perspective. And we don't know what we signed on for. We don't know what our brothers and sisters signed on for. So when we see them suffer and we see them struggle, and for whatever the reason is, we are not impulsed or guided or knowing how to support one another, we have to surrender. We have to turn it over and accept that we may not be the right angel for the job, and that there is a lesson in this. There is a lesson that is being learned for the people directly involved and the people witnessing the people directly involved about what we can do, what we can't do. So I honor you and I acknowledge you and I hear you asking, and the universe hears you asking. And the trust part comes in, is in believing that we have been heard, and to find our way to patiently and as joyfully and eagerly as possible await with curiosity the ways in which the universe is going to answer us, which may look nothing like what we expect and may actually be beyond our wildest imaginings. Faith is the evidence of things unseen. I mean, maybe we're all suffering right now at such an acute level. Maybe it's all being brought up to a fever pitch so that we can all finally have compassion for one another, real compassion, beyond just the superficial. Rebecca, imagine if the news were just all crafted for the emotion we must feel, but it is all Maya, which means illusion. Imagine if that were so. Would we experience differently and even embrace confusion or pain? Could we awake with curiosity beyond our imaginings? Bella, exercising my faith muscle now. I feel you both. And Rebecca, I want to address what you're saying here because it's very much in alignment with what I talk about regularly. Really applying the concept that all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players, and that we suffer when we forget that we're acting and we over-identify with our roles. And I agree with you about the news, the mainstream news most certainly. And it's a little harder to maintain that position when I have people that I know and love dearly, literally on the front lines of the conflict. And this one particular, I have a great nephew who is on the front lines in the Israeli army, and I have a friend who was also called up to the front lines of the Israeli army, who's got a pregnant wife and two little children at home. And he comments on my uplifting posts with a very broken heart and a great deal of bitterness, surrendered in his case to a job that he doesn't want to do, but he sees no other way. He sees no other way but to retaliate and rid the world of the evil that is being perpetrated. And there is no space in the acuteness of his pain. And I try to address the darkness that is within each of us that is being outpictured on the world stage, and that it's actually an inside job. But you can't be a soldier and be focusing internally at the same time. So the things that he has seen with his own eyes that I feel so traumatized just to be hearing about, like the level of heinous torture and abuse that is being gleefully perpetrated by beings who must be in a phenomenal amount of pain themselves in order to be acting out that way. And all I feel is heartache and compassion for all of them and all of us, that we are in this together. And whether we are directly or indirectly involved, we are in it together. And the only way that I could actually protect myself is to completely disengage and just be in my own energy and my own little la-la experience. And I'm not convinced that that is the answer. It could be, but I'm not convinced that it is. So, I mean, I love when you and I had a conversation earlier and you talked about the med beds. This is to Rebecca, that will be clearing PTSD and will be giving people the option of either having their memories erased or modified so that they can look back and see the beauty of their experiences without the suffering and the level of suffering that is taking place right now on the world stage. And not that it's really ever stopped. It just seems to have escalated to such a degree that if you are a caring person, like, how do you actually turn your back on that? Take a deep breath. And I understand that we have to start with compassion for ourselves. So, like, this is a level of self-care and self-honor that is beyond anything I personally have ever known before. To love ourselves so much and to want to heal and recover ourselves so much that we are willing to consider disengaging to get to a place where we can strengthen our own connection to ourselves and source to such a degree that we feel safe and lighthearted, genuinely lighthearted and trusting. And from that place, we can be in service to others. Bella, when you say you tried that, are you referring to isolating or what? I'm not exactly sure. it's a dichotomy for sure. Because on the one hand, I recognize great nourishment from silence and solitude, great nourishment. And at the same time, from the human aspect, there is profound loneliness. And I know, there are some very evolved masters that suggest that loneliness is still a function of the illusion of separation, and that when we achieve a state of oneness with all that is, that we no longer feel lonely. And that's interesting to me, and I'm not necessarily so sure that I want to get there. I want to engage with others. I want to be connected. I want that contact and that creaturely enjoyment of getting to be in bodies and look at each other and hold each other and hug and make love and all those things that we incarnated to get to do, right? We incarnated to not be one blob, but to be in these illusion of separate forms and personalities and get to engage with one another. So it's a tricky line. It's a tricky line to walk, to find the balance between restorative solitude and engagement. Yeah, yeah. So how are you doing out there? What do you want to talk about? What's on your minds and hearts? Ah, mm. Oh, I need to shake a little bit. Move some energy. I may get to feel lonely, and at the same time, I'm also aware that I'm actually not alone. That none of us are actually alone. When you don't feel good, it's useful to identify what you're feeling. And oftentimes you will discover that there is an I am statement that's running in you that isn't serving you. And it's worthwhile to notice it. And once you notice it and you like pull it out and you go, oh, I am sad, for example. I am sad. And we came here to experience all the human experiences, not just the happy, bubbly ones. So getting to feel sad is a privilege as well. The challenge is not wanting to stay stuck there, right? So we got to feel things to heal them. And so if you start with I am sad, I am noticing that I am sad. I feel sad. It's okay that I feel sad. I am grateful to identify that I feel sad. I feel sad and it hurts. It hurts. This is what deep hurting feels like. I am grateful to be identifying what deep hurting feels like. Identifying what deep hurting feels like causes me to be more compassionate with myself and others. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am noticing that in the midst of my sadness and hurting, I can feel grateful. I get to feel grateful. I get to feel grateful that I exist, and I get to experience all there is to experience in this human form. And I get to shift. And I get to hold space and support others in getting to shift too, if they choose. Fanny says, we are here to live in the human experience of living life fully, loving every aspect of this human experience, like communing with each other, yes. Bella Grace, I am sad my surgery got canceled. I feel you. And thank you for the time check, Stu. Christine, I am sad my mom isn't here anymore. Gotcha. So let's just be with both of those right now. The shortest route is I am sad. The reason why is secondary. So let's just stay with I am sad. Feel it to heal it. I am sad. It's okay for me to feel how I feel. It's okay for me to have compassion for myself. It's okay that I feel sad. It's okay. It's okay that I feel. I get to feel. I get to feel whatever I feel. I get to be here and feel. I get to be here. I get to be here and realize what a privilege it is to get to be here. I get to be here and realize what a miracle it is to get to be here, alive in the mystery. I am blessed that I get to be here. I am blessed that I get to be here and surrender to the mystery and humbly not know and learn to trust whatever is going to happen next is for my highest good. I am grateful. I am blessed. I am alive. I exist. I am choosing to trust the source of my existence. And as I say, I am choosing to trust the source of my existence, I can feel a wound there. And I can have compassion for myself for having that wound. I get to feel whatever I feel. It's okay that I have this wound, and by identifying it, I help it to heal because it's seeking my attention. It's a message to me to give myself more compassionate attention. And so I give myself more compassionate attention, and I choose to treat myself with gentleness and reverence, recognizing what a precious and sacred being I actually am. It's okay for me to hurt. It's okay for me to feel sad. It's okay for me to identify a wound in my heart, in my psyche, in my body, and slow my movie down, slow my story down, bring myself to the pace of grace, whatever that means to me, which has nothing to do with the clock and nothing to do with the calendar. And I allow myself to be here now in the sacred present, surrendering to what is and deciding to trust. Trust the mystery. And as I do this, I feel the pain. I feel the sadness. I feel the wound slowly, slowly dissipate. All it ever wanted was for me to acknowledge it. Honor it and respect it. I've been through something. I've been through a lot of things. And I deserve to give myself compassion. Yes, Bella, bring yourself to the pace of grace. All our answers lie in the peace of the ever-unfolding eternal present, not in the illusion of time. This is painstaking work, but it's not hard. It's not complicated. It requires willingness and trust to make yourself the priority, to go slow enough so that you can actually feel what you're feeling and identify it and give voice to it, give words to it, to say what it is. Because once you say what it is, you can begin to dismantle it and bring yourself back to a place of peace and calm and trust. And that's where our power lies. I'm glad it resonates. If we choose to believe in what, can't think of what his name is right now. One of you will remember. He wrote the book called Pronoia, and it's the opposite of paranoia. It is the belief that life is always conspiring on our behalf, so that when things don't go the way we think they should or expect them to, and I guess I'm talking to myself right now in my reaction to what's happening on the world stage in Israel, and not just Israel. I mean the violence and the riots and the anti-Semitism happening all over the world are certainly challenging too. But this is where our faith gets tested. This is where our faith gets tested, because it's easy to, speak the rhetoric of faith when everything's going fine. But when it's challenging, that's when we really need our spiritual tools. And so, I have all sorts of ideas about fun and sexy things I think I'm supposed to be doing in the world, but I want to be authentic. And if my heart is hurting, then posturing as optimistic and having it all together is out of integrity, and it's not really serving. But what does serve is to set my ego aside and just really, really get into being at peace and not just giving lip service to it, but finding it and embodying it. And I hope there will come a day when it's so solid in there that it doesn't get shaken. And like the example I used earlier of the birds in formation, it's like when the lead bird gets tired, it drops to the back, and another bird, picks it up. And so part of the lesson of setting the ego aside is knowing when it's like, I need to go recharge. I need to take care of myself. I'm not serving if I'm giving from an empty cup. Hi, Leah. Hi, Tess. Glad to drop in, even if for the last bit of time. I'm glad you're here. And Matcha Barbara May is here. Welcome. And Anna Weltman is watching. We got an international or a widespread crowd today. That's fun. Yeah, so I mean, it's like I mentioned earlier also about this meme that said, if you can see through the illusion, then you are part of the solution. And so part of the illusions that I see through are the illusion of racing time and the clock and the calendar and how we have to hurry up to accomplish and to make our contribution and all this. And I get caught up in it. I get really caught up in it a lot. But in my higher self, in my inner knowing, it's like, no, none of that is true. The greatest contribution I can make is to have a peaceful countenance, a genuinely peaceful countenance. So all of us, it's like, maybe that's the answer of what we can do out here is cultivate our peace, is cultivate our unshakable inner peace. And then no outside forces can control us. That's how we take our power back. Oh, of course, the Hawaii ladies know each other. We put our faith in you, dear Lord, for healing and relief. Allay our fears and give us strength. We ask you bring us peace. We pray our days be multiplied, and may our years increase. The gift of life is in your hands. We thankfully receive. We call upon your mercy, Lord. We place our trust in you. Let comfort fill our minds and souls. Let courage see us through. Another chance to dedicate our lives to serve your aim. Requesting health may be our wealth. We humbly call your name. We put our faith in you, dear Lord, for healing and relief. allay our fears and give us strength. We ask you bring us peace. Rebecca, I am an annoying pronoist. I am obsessed with pursuit of finding the humor in every bit of pain. Psh, good for you. There's gotta be or have been a purpose to it, and I surely don't have my shit together by every outside view. Cultivate unshakable inner peace. Key. Fanny, exactly. Leah, I think you may have also called them peaceful epicenters. Yes. Clap, clap, clap. Lovely new song. Actually, I wrote this song. Actually wrote this song for Anya Shakina when we were sitting, holding vigil for her before she made her transition. So it's been a while since I shared that. But yeah, it's like examining and discovering that all the egoic pursuits are coming from a place of arrogance, are coming from a place of thinking we know, and we don't. But what we can do is trust the source of our existence. The melody is beautifully haunting. Thank you. I love Danya. Love the song. Thank you, Barbara. In this slow place, we can examine everything. We can question and examine everything in a calm, honoring manner and determine whether the things that we are believing are serving or not. I think I'm wise because I've slowed down. I've slowed myself down. And part of it, I have to thank my mother, because surrendering to being in service, to taking care of a, extreme elder, I needed to downshift to her pace. So it's like they say, youth is wasted on the young. And so to have the opportunity to serve an elder and stop resisting their pace, there's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom to be found there. So to get to be a younger person and have a countenance that is really choosing to be present to the miracle that life is, and not take it for granted, and not take it in stride, and not be so caught up in the mundane doings, which is part of our programming, a major part of our programming, that we don't allow ourselves to be present to how miraculous it is that we exist, how miraculous it is that this whole dimension exists. We are missing the primary reason we're here, to be in awe of the fact of existence. while we're busy accomplishing and making names for ourselves and stressing and lying and cheating and stealing or pursuing whatever we're pursuing that knocks us off our center and takes us out of the present moment. That's to either feed or quell an anxiety. So I'm grateful for you showing up here, staying here. It's very confirming for me. And I'm grateful for the inspiration that caused me to create this container. And I intend to keep showing up here for the foreseeable future, God, Goddess willing. And if there are other ways that you see or feel that are in my blind spot that I could be of service and support to the healing and uplifting and awakening and removal of the veil, so that those of us who have appeared to be on opposite sides of things can see the truth of our own reflections looking back at one another and celebrate this phenomenal thing that we call life. Please reach out to me privately and share any topics. If there's anything that you're doing right now that you would like people to know about and you have a link or website, you can pop it in the chat. I always forget to ask, but I would appreciate if you, when you come on here, if you would share the link on your pages so it gets exposed to more people. And you can also do that after the fact by sharing the link on your pages. So, it's an evolution of consciousness, and we're riding the wave. Bless you for being a mirror for each of us. It is an honor and a delight for me to get to do this. So I'm very happy. Yay. So I'll give you my little test jingle. With a jingle on your tongue and a tingle in your heart, you will stay forever young. You will see the world as art. You will sing with every rainbow. You will wish upon each star. You will let yourself imagine, and this gift will take you far. Thank you again so very much for joining me. It's a pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to be here. And I look forward to seeing you again, same time, same station, next week. And we'll either have a topic or we'll just riff on whatever's alive in the moment. Infinite blessings. Namaste.